have literally just woken up.
Up next is 30 seconds of reverse crunch.
Looking good.
I tend to work out 3 to 4 times a week.
Start the next set.
So I'm now gonna have my first meal of the day. I seriously messed this up. So I'm now gonna take my supplements, like a little setup in this breakfast area.
Kiki has actually been so good for helping me get my steps in, because you do need treats.
I would show you what we're having tonight. It is, if you're a woman, like, it's not optional. About my HRT. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to a video all about my fitness journey as a busy mum. Today I'm going to share with you everything that I do in terms of healthy habits, routines, my workout. I'm going to show you what I eat in a day, the supplements that I take, just everything in terms of health, because I have definitely been on a bit of a journey over the past 2 years. I feel like it's taken me so long to get to this point where I'm actually being consistent with workouts. It was something I found really difficult to actually stick at and enjoy, whereas now I'm strength training 3 times a week, and whenever I share content about, you know, the supplements I'm taking or the workout that I'm doing, I get so many questions. So I thought I would make this video, just show you everything in it. But the reason I haven't made it in the past is because I really don't want to overwhelm anyone, because I feel like a video like this would have overwhelmed me a few years ago. You know, think of it as a little of inspiration. If you see something in this video and you think, you know what, I might try that, or you know, that's a good tip, I might try that walk or that supplement, then it was worth me making, because it definitely is a journey. As cheesy as that sounds, it is a journey to get healthy. It's also worth saying that my 3 kids are getting older now, and I have more time for self-care. You know, they're more independent. I can work out in the evening while they are watching TV and things like that. Whereas when I had 3 children under the age of 5, it was really tricky to even have a shower. So, you know, if you are in that season of life, you know, take all of this with a pinch of salt, because I know how very hard it is, and especially if you're not getting enough sleep. This is just what I'm able to do now, is what I'm saying. But I really hope you enjoy this video. I hope, you know, you take something from it. And yeah, with all that said, let's get straight into it.
Good morning, guys. I have literally just woken up, but the first thing I do in the morning before I eat or drink anything is I have my gut health supplement, and I keep a little shot glass here with the coffee, because when I started taking it, I would basically, you have to take it first thing in the morning when you have an empty stomach. So if I would have a coffee first, it would basically ruin it. So I put this here to remind me, and then it's actually in the fridge. It's like a water-based probiotic. It has billions of live bacteria in it. It's this one here, Simprove. And I basically started taking this because I did a gut, analysis, I guess. I did a Zoe test. I wore a blood glucose monitor for 2 weeks. And then within that, you also send off a stool sample, which was really nice, to analyze your gut. And it came back that my gut was actually really bad, like my gut health. So it suggested things to eat, and, you know, taking probiotic is something else that I can do to help support my gut, which sort of looks after your immunity, hair, skin, everything pretty much. And it's amazing if you have IBS, amazing if you bloat as well. It does definitely take like a couple of months for you to really feel the benefit. But anyway, first thing in the morning, I take a shot of this, and then I wait for 10 minutes before then eating or drinking anything. So make the lunches, snacks for the day, or tidy up and stuff. Like, it goes really quick, and then I'll have a coffee. But yeah, this is the first habit, which kind of sets up the whole day. So yeah, I'm just gonna drink this. So we're now on the school run, and I meant to say that I have got a black coffee in here. I do normally have my black coffee at home, but it was just a crazy morning, needed to get out the door, so I've got it on the go today. And when I am on the school run, obviously once I've actually dropped them off, I then tend to listen to like my favorite podcasts, which are a lot of health podcasts. I've been listening to The Diary of a CEO for about 2 years. He has so many health professionals on. And then there's other ones I love, like Deliciously Ella. I just find them super insightful, and then it keeps at the top of my mind, you know, to have healthy habits, because there's a lot of themes throughout them all, like avoid ultra processed foods, avoid alcohol. Only thing I would say is if you're listening to loads of different health podcasts, they can sometimes contradict each other. So you kind of need to just take the bits that you like.
Okay, so I'm now going to do a workout. I tend to work out 3 to 4 times a week, and I tend to strength train because as you get older, you tend to lose between 3 and 8% of muscle mass per decade. So, you know, if I wasn't to work out at all, you know, by the age of 60 or 70, I would have a lot less muscle mass. Whereas if I strength train, eat high protein, you know, do the right things, I can hang on to that muscle mass. So that was the thinking behind it. The main thing that motivates me, which I know sounds weird, is I just really want to be a strong grandma. I want to be super active, even, you know, when I'm a lot older. You know, I don't want a six-pack or anything like that. It is just about longevity for me now. So it's funny how things change. But for my workouts, I use an app called Trainwell, who have kindly sponsored this video, but I literally talk about Trainwell to anyone that will listen. I am obsessed. It has made me super consistent when it comes to workouts. And I just love how easy the app is to use. It's literally just there on my phone. I can click on that and then you can see my workouts for the week. So today is obviously a workout day. It's got like a little dumbbell just there. And then you can click on the workout. You can see all of the equipment that you'll need for the workout. Then you can also see all of the exercises that I'm going to be doing today. And something I really like is that it links up to my Apple Watch. It's so clever, the technology. My trainer can actually see how I'm moving, how I'm working out, and it will give me like tips. Sometimes she says, you know, don't go so low at the bottom, go higher, or, you know, she'll actually give me tips through the app, through my watch, in real time. And what I really like about Trainwell is that it is a one-to-one personalized service. So I have a PT basically, and it's a real human who knows me. Like, we chat, we send each other video messages. Her name is Chris. She's in the US, but we message all the time. Almost after every workout, she'll say, you know, how did the chest presses go? Any feedback? Do you think you could go up on the squats? You know, we're constantly messaging back and forth. We have update calls as well to just see like how I'm getting on.
You have been keeping up with the consistency. I mean, we're going up on the bar work. And do you have a preference for the bar over free weights?
I think the bar is that I can go a little bit heavier.
Moving forward, we can stick with the push-pull like we've been doing. That way we're kind of focusing on, you know, the front of the body, the back of the body will have full body in there as well. And then do you have questions about any of the exercises like form? I can always send you a video. You can send me a video if you want to check.
We're doing the squats with the weight, and I try to go low, and I'm like, I just don't think I'll get back up.
So one thing we could work on, like if you don't feel your depth is as low, we could drop the weights a little bit. You can have a couple plates under your heel. So we elevate the heels a little bit and just work on that form of going into that deeper depth. So why don't we try that for the next round before we go up in weight on the squats? Let's try elevating the heel, see how you go with that. Make sure that you're feeling comfortable, that you're able to, you know, press back up. We want to use the glutes as well. If you need anything else, any other changes, just let me know.
Okay.
You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you. No, I'm enjoying it, definitely. Like, it's nice to have it in the diary.
To be honest, I don't think that I would have stuck with it as much as I have if she wasn't a real person, like if she wasn't there and I knew that she was going to chase me. But if you look on my app, I am very proud to show you guys this. My current streak is 113 days. I don't know if you can see that up there. So I have not missed a workout in 113 workouts. If, say, today is a workout day, I could push that to one day. If it was super busy today, I could push it to the next day, but I have found that I'm actually able to fit them in because I only do like half-hour sessions. You know, it's not like a full hour. So sometimes if the kids are just chilling out, I'll come in here and do a little workout, or even when we were on vacation, I managed to fit the workouts in, and I could tell her, you know, I've actually got access to a gym here, so she could change equipment and things like that. And obviously I have got some weights now and a few other bits in here, but you can literally start with no equipment at all. You can just do like body weight things. In my initial call, I mentioned things like, you know, split my stomach during pregnancy and birth, because that's just something for her to be aware of when she's planning my exercises out. But the main thing for me is I just love how easy it is to use. When it's a workout day, I can choose any time to work out. Sometimes I do it first thing in the morning if I'm being super organized, or, you know, when the kids are at school, or often I will end up doing it like 7 or 8 p.m. when the kids are just chilling out. But whenever I'm ready to work out, I can just go onto the app, I can press start workout, and then just follow the videos. I don't even have to know the names of workouts. I don't really, you know, if you're brand new to this, which I was, you can just literally copy what you're seeing in the videos. It's all timed out for you. Even the rest times are timed out for you. And it's just really easy to follow, and I absolutely love it. It's a little bit more expensive than a gym membership each month, but the main thing for me is, well, one, I can't really get out to a gym. As a busy mum, I find it quite difficult, but also because it's a human and it is that sort of one-to-one personalized service, it just means that I've actually stuck to it, which is amazing for me because I have never been a sporty person, but I really want to keep fit now. I want to keep fit for my kids and for the future. So yeah, if you do want to test it out, I do have a 2-week free trial with Train Well. So I'll put a link in the description. If you click on that, you can do your quick quiz, see which trainer you'd be teamed up with, and then you can actually test out the app for a good 2 weeks to see if you love it as well. If you do, great, you can carry on. If you don't, no questions asked, you can obviously stop using it, but it's worth a try because, you know, if it's also going to fit into your life like it has mine. Let's do today's workout. So today's workout is a push workout. So if I click on it, I can see that we're doing quite a bit of core work today. We're doing some bench presses, we're doing some overhead presses. Anyway, I'll just take you through it.
Okay, so I guess every Train Well workout will be different for each person depending on their needs. But as I said, I do a 30-minute workout and each one starts with a quick warm-up. So this was the smackdown stretch for 30 seconds. And then I did body weight froggies for 30 seconds. I struggle with these ones. And then I did 30 seconds of butt kick as well. And so that you can hear kind of what I hear, I will stop talking now so you can listen.
That's time. Up next is 30 seconds of reverse crunch. Option to keep knees tucked. Tap feet to the floor. Start the next set.
So I'm just going to do the reverse crunch for 30 seconds. I really feel this in my lower abs. And then I'm going to do 30 seconds of lying, alternating arm leg reach. And then we do both of those ab exercises one more time after this.
Alternating arm leg reach. Option to keep knees bent and tap foot to floor.
Sometimes the abs are at the end of the workout, but today they were just at the beginning. And now we're going to get into the weights. So I'm starting out with barbell bench presses. So obviously I've let her know that I have this equipment, so it's possible for me to do things like this. So I'm doing 10 reps at about 20 kilograms. And then I'm just waiting a little bit in between and then going again. So I'm doing that a total of 3 times. And then I'm also doing 3 sets of 10 with 20 kilograms for an overhead press. I found this really hard, but she did give me encouragement.
Looking good.
Then I'm doing some dumbbell step ups with weights, and I actually came outside for this. There's quite a deep step on our deck and it's really secure. So I thought instead of using the bench, I would just come outside because it's pretty nice today. And then after doing that, I'm doing curtsies, 12 reps each side. And then I'm going back to dumbbell step ups and then back to curtsies. So we did that a total of 3 times. Now onto arms. I'm doing dumbbell kickbacks with 7 kilogram. I'm doing 12 reps of this.
Looking good. Up next is 6 reps of dumbbell lateral raise with 7 kilograms in each hand. This will be your new PR for this exercise. You got this. Start the next set.
Then I'm doing dumbbell lateral raises, and I've actually recently gone up in weight for these. So I'm just doing 6 reps because then I can feedback and let her know like how it's going with that weight. And then again, I'm going to do the dumbbell kickbacks and then the lateral raises, and I'm doing that a total of 3 times as well. That is pretty much all of the weights that I'm going to do in this workout. Obviously, it's different every time I work out. Sometimes there's deadlifts, sometimes there's split squats, sometimes there's hip thrusts. But now I love doing this 30-second dog stretch, so nice. And then I'm also going to do the rest of my warm down. So then we're doing standing calf stretches, and then I'm also going to do some tricep stretches as well. And that is literally it. That is my workout done. As I said, it takes about 30 minutes, but if I really want to rush it, I can skip through the rests and do it in about 25 minutes sometimes. So yeah, that's all done. Okay guys, so I'm now going to have my first meal of the day, and it is about 11 a.m. now. I normally make it to 11 or 12 before I have my first meal if I'm fasting, but I don't tend to fast the week before my period. So I read a book called Fast Like a Girl, and it talks about how you can fast with your cycle. Because when I started fasting, me and Matt were both doing it. He started losing loads of weight. I wasn't really losing that much at all until I then read this book, which was called Fast Like a Girl. So women should fast slightly differently. So that's what I tend to do. And for my first meal, I'm going to have an omelette. So one thing that I do, I don't follow like a specific diet, but I do try and get a lot more protein in. And that's probably the biggest change that I've done when it comes to my diet. Again, you know, talking about listening to all these different health podcasts, and upping protein was one thing that was really coming through on a lot of them. And especially now that I strength train and I want to support muscle growth, and I also don't want to be as hungry, upping the amount of protein that you eat can really help with that. So ideally, well, as a rough guide, you should have 1 gram of protein per ideal pound of weight. So think of your ideal weight, your goal, and then 1 gram of protein. So mine is about 121 grams of protein a day. And because I fast, it's actually really tricky to get that much protein into 2 meals and snacks and desserts and drinks and everything. Something I love to do is use ChatGPT for meal inspiration. So sometimes I will just literally write into ChatGPT, you know, how can I get 121 grams of protein into my day if I'm eating 2 meals, snacks, and dessert and things like that. And it will come up with ideas, and you can even go back to those ideas and say, well, I actually don't like eating whatever it is, say fish. Can you give me an alternative? And it's been really helpful when I can't think of anything to eat. You can even take a picture of what is in your fridge and say, you know, can you come up with recipes of what I can make with this? So I love doing that. But today I'm having something I have so often. I'm having a 3-egg omelet with peppers in it, onion, ham, and then I love to eat it with cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is also high in protein, and I really like the taste of it. And then I also tend to have salsa. I feel like I should probably show you like a more inspirational meal that I'm having, but honestly this is just one that I tend to, you know, have very often because I've always got the stuff in for an omelette, and I just know it's going to be 35 grams of protein, so that's a really good start. And then I'll show you obviously what else I'm going to have throughout the day, but I also tend to bump it up sometimes with a protein shake or some Greek yogurt and berries, things like that, to try and like hit my goal. So yeah, I'm just gonna make that now, and I'm also gonna drink some water. I'm the type of person who constantly needs to make myself drink enough water because I am not always the best with this. So I've got that here as well. You guys may have also seen in previous videos, if I'm having a really busy week, I love to meal prep. There's a few recipes that I really like, so I'll link them down below, but like the chicken tray bake or the Mexican chicken, those are things that I love to meal prep, and then you can just have them ready in the fridge. So if you know you're gonna be super busy or you're going into an office, they're really easy to like grab and eat.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the
Okay, I seriously messed this up, but it will taste nice. So I'm now going to take my supplements, so I thought I would show you what I take in a day. I tend to take them with food, not that you have to take them all with food, but sometimes if I take all of my supplements like on an empty stomach, I can feel a bit gross. So that is why I do that. And the reason I take these ones are because I've had some blood tests. When I turned 40, I got really interested in like obviously getting healthier because I just felt terrible. So I had a couple of different blood tests, one at a place called Essex Private Doctors, and I also went to a place in London called Randox Health, where you can do like sort of like an all over health analysis, which includes a blood test as well. They give you a big report about, you know, things to worry about, things you could maybe take and stuff like that. And my blood results showed that I was in perimenopause. So that was kind of matched up with what the doctor said. And it also said that I should start taking vitamin D, B12. It also showed that my phosphate levels were low and suggested I should take magnesium as well. And obviously it's best that you get all of your vitamins and minerals through food, but if you can do a health test and see if there's anything that you specifically are lacking in, obviously it's better that you supplement for something that actually needs to be supplemented for. So anyway, I'm gonna take a little B12 vitamin now. I'm gonna take an omega-3, a vitamin C, and then I take 2 vitamin Ds. Each one of these is 2,000 IUs, but I take 2 of them because I was low and because adults you know, should have 4,000 a day. Obviously I will get some through food, but vitamin D is a really important one for immunity, skin, hair, all of those things. So I'm gonna take all of them. And then recently I also started taking creatine, and that was actually something I spoke to my Train Well trainer about. I messaged Chris and I said, you know, what do you think about creatine? I'd heard loads about how women my age, who specifically, like, you know, if you are strength training, it can have so many benefits. So I asked her about it. So I've been taking 5 grams a day. You can put this in a drink, but I actually don't love the way it makes my coffee taste. So I tend to just put it into a protein shake, or a lot of people just do it like dry, just stick it in their mouth. And then I've got this here, I've got collagen powder as well. This is from Will Powders, and I really like their stuff. And when I put the collagen powder into my coffee, it actually tastes really nice. Collagen is great for your skin. As we age, we lose collagen. It's also great for your hair, for your joints, for your gut health as well. And I do feel like since I've been taking it, I need my roots done more often, so I feel like it is helping like with hair growth and stuff. And then I do tend to supplement with protein powder some days. If I feel like I'm not going to hit my protein goal, I'll have a protein shake. And this is also from Will Powders. I really like their protein shakes, and I also like Protein Works as well. They do one that is called Cookies and Cream, and it literally tastes like a milkshake. So I like both of those. I try not to do it every day. You know, if you can hit your goal without it, that's good, but you know, I can supplement with it sometimes, so I wanted to show you that. But yeah, I'm just gonna take these now. And also something I learned, when I'm taking a really huge supplement like this, normally you would like tip your head back, but I found if I actually keep my head like that, if I put it in my mouth like that and drink the water, I don't know why it works, but it goes down really easily. So I'll show you. It goes straight down. I don't know why that works, but it works. So yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna take these. But like I said, don't let this overwhelm you. This has definitely happened over time, and now I'm in the habit of taking them. I just take them every day. I've got like a little setup in this breakfast area. I've got some great storage from the Home Edit, so I just have it all there, like laid out, and like I'm in the habit of doing it now.
Also gonna make a protein shake. I'm having it with just water and ice, about 150 ml of water, and then a big scoop of the protein powder, which will give me 25 grams of protein, and then also 5 grams of creatine as well. I'm just gonna zap that on my blender, and because of the ice, it almost makes it a bit of a milkshake and almost like a dessert. And as I said, it really bumps up my protein.
So now we're on a dog walk. Kiki has actually been so good for helping me get my steps in, even on days when it is raining and horrible in the winter. You have to get her out like twice a day, she needs really. So we're doing a big walk. We do a walk like this, like me and Matt, probably once a week, where we go all the way up to the high street, all the way back, and then it's quite nice because we get time to like chat and, you know, like have a bit of a date walk. So we bond, and then obviously Kiki gets her steps in, but then we get our steps in as well. It's like nearly 8,000 steps there and back, so it's quite a nice one. And I love to go on walks when there's like a destination, so we are going to get a coffee once we get there and then come all the way home. And I've got my Apple Watch on, so I will say I am doing an outdoor walk. I should have probably done it when I left the house, but then that also like records as part of my fitness goal. So yeah, so we're just gonna go on our walk, aren't we, Keeks? Come on, then. So we're now at Gale's. I have got a oat matcha. This is like a new thing for me because I saw on this podcast that matcha's really good for you. So I thought I'm gonna start trying to drink it. So it's like with oat milk. And then I've got a cinnamon roll because you do need treats. And I think when I was really desperately trying to lose weight, I cut all carbs, and well, not all carbs, but a lot of carbs, and I wasn't like treating myself like this. But now I've hit my goal, I need to be a bit more, you know, having treats and stuff, because I work out really hard, so I can have things like this. So we're gonna have that.
Okay, so it's a bit later on now and the boys are back from school. You can see Jackson is helping to make a snack. He loves this as well. It's just Greek yogurt with berries. We've got blueberries, we've got strawberries as well, and about 200 grams of Greek yogurt is about 20 grams of protein. So obviously check which one you're getting because they do vary, but you can get really high protein ones. Look at that little like garnish he's put on it. So cute. So he's gonna have this one, and then I'm gonna have it as well. Again, it's just like a nice snack, and then it helps me to hit my goal. And I'm actually going to sit outside for a sec with Kiki. She would love to have some as well. And then for dessert tonight, I'm actually making an apple crumble or an apple crisp. Everyone in the house loves this, and I'm using Granny Smith apples because it tastes really nice. And then I feel like, well, you know, at least there's some fruit in this dessert. And yeah, the kids really enjoy it.
Okay, so it's dinner time now, so I thought I would show you what we're having tonight. It is mango chutney curried chicken wraps and potato wedges as well. It smells really delicious. This is actually a HelloFresh meal. It's this one here. And what I love about the recipe cards is on the back, it actually tells you all the nutrition. So it will tell you how much protein is in a serving. So in this one, it says it's 44 grams of protein. So that's good towards my goal. I can just make a note of it and see how close I am. I'm definitely gonna hit it today. But yeah, we're just gonna eat this now. And we eat normally super early. It is about 10 past 5. I know that's a bit early, but then obviously we can stop eating earlier and have a bigger fasting window, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna eat this, and then I've also made an apple crisp or apple crumble. So that is in the oven just here. So we're gonna have that for dessert. So now I'm gonna take Kiki for a second little walk of the day. Basically, she doesn't love to go number 1 or 2 in our garden. Like she will, she has to, but she prefers to when she's out, TMI. So we normally do like a day morning walk and then a little one at night, and I normally team it up with when I go and post bits if anything's sold on Vinted. So I'll walk to the little impost, she'll have a walk, and when the weather's like this, you really don't mind. So either me or Matt will do it. So normally one of us will do that, and then the other one will like get the kids bath, showered, all of that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna take her tonight.
When you told me that I should take it slow, but I can't stay when the world is waiting. I'm too used to being on my own. Hearts will break, but I have to chase it. I'm dancing on the edge again. The wind is calling my name.
Okay guys, so I've just had my bath, done all of my skincare routine and everything, but now I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my HRT, because I feel like I can't do a video about like my health and fitness journey without including HRT, because it's made such a massive difference to my life. So I'm 42. I know some of you watching will not even be there yet or in perimenopause, and I actually never thought about it before I was having symptoms. I actually didn't even know what what the symptoms were when I started having them. And also, the tricky thing with perimenopause is there are so many different symptoms. It affects every woman very differently. Some women sail through, you know, perimenopause, menopause, and then some really struggle like me. Some of the symptoms can be hot flashes, night sweats, frozen shoulder, worse PMS. I experienced that. Anxiety is a big one, but there is such a long list of symptoms. I'll actually link below a podcast that I listened to about menopause, and it was when I was listening to that I realized, oh my gosh, I think I might actually be in the perimenopause bit. I started having symptoms at around the age of like 38, but it coincided with us moving to this house, and I just thought that I was under loads of stress because we just moved, we were renovating, we were running a business, we'd just come out of lockdown, so I put it down to all of that, and my main symptom was just not being able to cope as well as I used to when it came to things like stress. So if I was having a really busy day or busy work week, I just couldn't cope or do the same things that I used to do, and I actually had a panic attack for the first time ever, and it was at that point where I thought, this is all a bit strange. Oh yeah, my PMS started getting really bad as well. I started getting quite moody, I started getting hot at night, and sometimes sweating through my bed sheets as well. So I was having quite a few of the symptoms, and I went to my GP. He said, you're just way too young, so, you know, go away. But I deep down knew that it was probably a hormonal issue. I suffer with endometriosis and adenomyosis. My hormones have always been a little bit crazy, so I decided to go to a private doctor locally and see her. And I really felt like she understood and she was listening, and we did some blood tests and we talked about my symptoms, and then with the blood tests she confirmed, you know, that I could try a little bit of HRT. The tricky thing with blood tests though is with women and our hormones is you could have a blood test today and your hormones be perfect, and then the next day they'll be completely different. Like our hormones change so often, which is unlike men's are like pretty constant, but ours change all the time. So she actually goes more on your symptoms and how you're feeling and like discussions and things than just on blood tests alone. But in my blood test it did show that my testosterone was a little bit low, and that a few other hormones were a little bit low for the time in my cycle that it was. So there were also clues that maybe I was in perimenopause. But anyway, really long-winded. It actually took me, I feel like it took ages to get anywhere with it. I was feeling, you know, really gross, really down. I was putting on so much weight, especially around the middle. And I was doing all the things that I used to do to lose the weight, and it just wasn't coming off at all. So let me show you what I do now. There are 3 different hormones that we need. One is progesterone, which I actually get through the Mirena coil. So I have that, and I'm, you know, getting that consistently, and actually from when I had that, my periods really improved. Especially I had adenomyosis, which is where you have like a lot of bleeding, and that really calmed down with the coil, and obviously it gives me that consistent progesterone. But then the other hormones that I do take are estrogen gel. I take this estrogen gel. I do 2 to 3 pumps on my skin every day, and I use the cap like this. So I go like that, because that way you're not touching it, because you don't want to touch estrogen and then be touching the kids. Obviously you can apply it with your hands, you just have to wash your hands, but I just find a little hack is to do that, and then you can put it on the inside of your arms or the inside of your legs as well. So I do that every night after a bath or a shower. But if you don't want to do the cream, you can just wear a patch and change the patch once or twice a week. But because I do love a bath, we decided that the cream might be better for me. And then very recently I started doing a little bit of testosterone. So this is quite new for me. So I have a little testosterone gel here, and this is supposed to last like 7 to 10 days. So I just do like a tiny bit of it like that. and then I put it on my leg. It dries really quickly, and that is literally it. And this little testosterone, I feel, has made such a massive difference to my productivity, to my motivation, and to my libido as well, because all of that was kind of gone, even to the point where, you know, if I woke up one morning and I needed to film a video or I needed to get on with some work, I was just like so unmotivated, which is very unlike me. But this has actually made a huge difference. And obviously I'm telling you all of this, but you know, hormones, perimenopause, it is all so personalized to you and like your needs. So for me, this is what works. But for some other people that are 42, they might not even, you know, be feeling like they need any help. They might feel great and fine. If you are having symptoms and you go to your GP and you're just being fobbed off, I would say go with your gut feeling. You know, if you feel like, you know, if you just don't feel yourself, if you feel like there has to be something else, like it was actually affecting our marriage in the end. Like I was just really snappy, like I said, no libido, and just, it was just like a bit ragey. And like, I know that you wouldn't have seen it on the videos. And now that I feel better, I can kind of look back and think, you know, I can't believe I suffered for quite a long time. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm actually having my menopause doctor on the podcast very soon. So I'll obviously share that episode with you guys. I have so many questions to ask her, and I hope that will really help people, you know, like the podcast that I listen to helped me. So anyway, I do that every night. I put my hormones on, and I am super onto it because it's made such a massive difference. So when we went on holiday, I brought everything with me, made sure I did it. And there was 1 month, because I've got super healthy now, I feel like all of the, you know, the healthy eating, the exercising, all of the other things that I'm doing are also really going to help my hormones. So there was 1 month when I stopped taking the estrogen gel. I just thought, maybe I don't need it anymore, like I'll just try. And I actually really struggled just a week before my period that week. Like the PMS was a lot worse, and I thought, no, I actually do need it. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. I just wanted to see, and I guess it just kind of proved to me that it's really helping and it's really working. Anyway, I thought I would share that. I know it's really a TMI, and whenever I talk about perimenopause, I can't help but feel like a little bit of shame and a little bit of like, oh, I'm getting older, and I don't know, it's like not a comfortable thing to talk about. But if you're a woman, like it's not optional. We are all gonna go through this. So I think it's really important to talk about it because no one really does. Like it's obviously, it's getting a lot better now. There's so many great books out there that you can read, like Davina McCall's as well. But I just feel like, you know, I should talk about it, especially because HRT has made a massive difference to me. But yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna do that now, do my little routine and go and chill downstairs. I forgot one more thing that I take is I take a little Hair and Me tablet for hair regrowth, and I take my magnesium supplement or magnesium tablet at night. Apparently it's good to take at night because it promotes sleep as well. So I'm going to take my magnesium tablet and my little Hair and Me tablet now as well. Okay guys, so I'm now sat on the couch. We're just going to watch some TV and chill. I have got cup of tea, obviously it's decaf, so you're just gonna drink this, watch some TV and then go to bed. But yeah, I think I'll end the vlog here, but thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it and you found it interesting. Ask me any questions you have in the comments below, and don't forget to check out my link to Train Well, which is in my description. If you click on that, then you can get a 2-week free trial with them, test out the workouts and let me know how you get on. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.